gentleman that was scouting at a national team camp, and he got to talking about coaching, and he was coaching soccer, and then he was coaching hockey, and one of the soccer coaches was counting passes.
Oh boy.
And he says the ability of their team to complete passes and his tracking of it and letting it be known that we've completed more passes. He did it with his hockey team, and he ended up getting an umpire's counter. And
that's a good idea.
And halfway through the season, other coaches were approaching him and saying, "You guys look like the Russians." So we can talk about, like, you've got that. I love that circle drill with 3 inside, 4 inside, 2 on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
But, average coaches, and I know parents would say, "What the hell is this for?" But just counting passes, they can know we pass, we got the puck, we possess it, we own it. So Tom Malloy last year, he kept track of passes. One of his parents tracked the passes. And Tom won game. I think they outpassed the team 50-4.
Oh boy.
And what they were doing with the puck offensively was the closest thing I've seen to what these videos show me relative to that age level. Mm-hmm. They weren't afraid to pass. They overpassed, but it was because if you're passing and using each other, you're changing mathematics. 1 and 1 is going to come to 3.
No, it sounds like the triangle offense right there.
Yeah, and he did it very well. And I don't know, Tom, if you want to talk about, like he said, that triangle offense, and when you went offensively with that triangle with the 2 forwards going winger to winger behind the net to the slot player sliding into the hole, that was like an NHL clip. And he did it with U13 girls. Now, it's all relative to the speed, but those kids were thinking and moving and making their own decision, which coaches tend to stifle.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I do have to head out. I appreciate you guys having me on here. And yeah, let's keep her going. I definitely want to get in the triangle. We could probably stay on here for hours talking about it. Ooh. But we could talk we could talk about all this stuff. So yeah, like next week I look forward to it, and let's keep getting after it.
Okay, thanks, Mason.
You guys have a good one. I'll see ya.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna mention too, Wally, that it's funny. Like when you talk about counting the passes, it's a great idea, and the umpire counter is a great idea to plant the seed about puck movement. But it's also a balancing act, because, especially with the girls, because if their mindset becomes puck movement, they can tend to stop thinking about, oh, you know what, the objective is actually to score a goal. And the best example of that is, the add-on game where you play 2-on-2 cross ice, and if you make a pass out to an outlet and then back into somebody, and they're both tape-to-tape passes, you get to add a player to make it 3-on-2, and then you can add another player to make it 4-on-2. They start thinking that the objective of the game is to get another player instead of scoring, and the player can have an opportunity for a breakaway to score, but instead they turn away and they pass so they can get another player on us. Like, hey, ladies, let's remember the game is about scoring first. So you need to have those 2 thoughts in your head, not just passing or not just adding a player, but scoring is the main thing. It's kind of fun.
I've never seen a team overpass. I would have said Tom's team might have, but they passed for possession to advance the puck and to score. It was quite amazing. So, Jordan, I don't know if are you available?
Hey, Wally. Yeah, I'm just on the bus heading over to the rink with my grade 5-6 hockey programs. So we're just making our way that direction.
Okay. Well, I guess something that it's the weakest skill in North America. And it isn't passing that's the weak skill. It's receiving. So when we talked about Johanny Walston's progression, eye contact, 1, 2, 3, 3 pucks in a circle with 6 players on the outside passing to each other. And you have 3 pucks, the 2 pucks go to 1 player. They have to learn to look, see there's a player available, and make that pass. The next 2 drills build on that progression. This can be taught. So I think at the minor hockey level, there's some cardinal fundamental teaching drills and skill progressions that sort of are not well, they're not ignored, they're sort of unknown and left up to skill experts to work on those fundamental skills, and many of them work on more advanced skills than they do fundamental skills. So with minor hockey coaches, I'm saying teach those skills, let them play, count passes. You might have a chance for success versus trying to really get good at teaching every aspect. You might be a better coach because of it. So
on that theme, Wally, it's not only teaching, it's got to be stressed consistently, persistently throughout the whole course of the season, and reinforced. You can't teach it and say that's accomplished and move on and never refer back to it again. And that's a mistake that I see made far too often.